What do you think needs to be done? Do you need more police on the streets?
There's so many things that need to be done. We can say more police, but it's not only that. There's been cuts in services for the last 10, 15 years now, and these youths have nothing to do. But not also them, there needs education in schools, education in terms of the parents as well, because some of these parents are not checking where their children are. If your child is 14, 15 years old, you should know exactly where they are, who they're hanging around with, and that's what happens. Parents are not aware of these things as well.
How do you change that, though?
It's education. It starts from, I guess that's a big government policy as well, but it starts in schools as well, where kids are taught about gangs and peer pressure from a very young age, so it becomes a deterrent, just as they're taught about any other deterrents in life. So I think it's something that has to be from bottom down and work your way up.
They're going to be working on some of you guys' touches, seeing who's at what level. Kenan, darling, catch you, Kenan!
It took 2 stints in prison for Bobby Kasanga to realize his life needed a change of direction. Growing up a member of a South London gang, Bobby was once deep in a world of crime and violence.
I saw so many talented people in prison, and I just thought that a lot of them were misguided. So it sort of told me that when I get out, I need to create a platform for some of these young youths just to give them a way out.
Hey, well done, Adam. Keep going.
That's when Bobby set up a football club in East London, Hackney Wick, named after the local neighborhood. The goal, to steer young men away from the lifestyle that nearly killed him.
There's a point in 2007 where things were spiraling way out of control. My older brother got shot 4 times in 2008, nearly died. And my younger brother was constantly getting involved in altercations. It was a very scary moment. I honestly can't count on my fingers and toes how many friends are dead.
Friends like fellow footballer Anthony Ogazi, pictured here next to Bobby. He was stabbed to death in 2008. In the past few years, knife crime has surged to record levels in London. 83 people were killed in knife attacks in the 12 months to September 2018.
It feels like nothing ever changes and the violence is really real, and that's what I try to teach some of these kids, is that once you're dead, you're dead. There's no coming back from that.
One of those kids was Jaden Mitchell Brown, now 21 years old. He says his life would be very different today without Bobby. Jaden says he recruited him for the Hackney Wick team and went further. He also found him his first job.
If I didn't sort of meet Bobby and play football with him and for the football club, basically, I think I probably just would have been on a totally different path, sort of just doing the wrong things, basically.
What do you mean by that?
Probably obviously selling drugs, you know, and because that's an easy, quick way to make money, do you know what I mean? So you can only benefit from what you're surrounded by, innit? So what you're surrounded by is not the best of circumstances. And London is a crazy place. So, Buckingham Palace, and that's your area that they put on TV. That's your painted picture of London, basically. But when you get to the real business, it's a real hard world out here.
Yeah, Jaden's the magic man.
Jaden has now become a role model of sorts to younger kids in Bobby's club.
Some of you guys may not have met Jaden before. He started playing for the team and he scored our first ever FA Cup goal this year. He's an example.
The semi-professional Hackney Wick first team has a long way to go. It currently plays in the 10th League of English football, so regular games like this one against the Wormley Rovers are important to advance, to get sponsors, money, and support, and to give these young men purpose, to make picking up a ball more attractive than reaching for a knife.
The knife crime rate especially has spiraled way out of control, and what it is now, so many of these youths have got no leadership. Some come from sort of single-parent home where the father's not around, so the only people that they have as role models are the local gangsters who say, look, I'll look after you, here's some money, go and sell some drugs for me.
So you have to compete with the lure of easy money, expensive trainers, all that stuff with a football club.
Yeah, basically, because
how do you do that?
England, our national sport is football.
Yeah.
So even the toughest of gangsters played football at a certain point. Yes, we have to compete with these guys, but we know that we're a kid, you know he's selling drugs, his phone's going on, off all day, you're going to get on the phone, oh, I'll call you back in a bit. But he's not bothered about the selling drugs at that point. He's there playing football. We know by keeping him occupied with positive stuff, positive messages, it stops him from going the other way.
With every hour on the pitch rather than on the street, with every goal scored, what seemed like little wins to some for Bobby could mean significant victories for the kids he's trying to help.
Well done, boys.
Hala Garani, CNN, Hackney, London.